Hi guys! In this video, I will show the full process of creating such an animation of the YouTube logo in the program ToonSquid. Other programs will do, for example, Procreate Dreams. First, we will draw a draft using both vector and raster. Then we will do cleanup, add a fill, and at the end, we will add splashes for a liquid effect. Are you ready? Let's go.
First, click on the plus. Height and width are 1080, FPS 12. Click Create. The logo consists of two parts. This is a red shape and a play icon. We will divide them into two parts for the animation of the appearance. The first, white part. I will draw a draft for it in blue. The appearance will be using animation along an arc that ends in the center. To do this, I take the path tool and start drawing an arc from the upper left corner. Now the line is too thick. Let's open the Properties panel and reduce the line thickness. OK. Also, if you have a fill, then remove the transparency to 0. Let's move on to the next frame. Make sure you have the onion skin icon enabled to see adjacent frames. Draw an arc that will be a continuation of the first one, slightly going beyond the border of the previous one. Next frame. The arc begins to twist. It is already quite long in size. Next frame. The arc twists even more, but is already becoming twice as short. Next frame. We continue to twist the arc and make it a little smaller. Next frame. Let's turn on the loop icon and watch the preview. It looks quite dynamic. Let's move on. Click on the plus on the timeline. Create a new layer. Next, we will draw a similar line, but for the red shape. I choose the red color and begin to draw the same lines, but from the lower right corner. The first is quite short, the second is already becoming long. The third begins to twist and decrease. Next frame, we continue to twist. The lines are already almost at the same point. And a couple more frames. The number of frames for both lines should be the same. I have 6 frames. Look at the preview. Okay, let's continue. I choose blue, choose the next frame on the first layer. Let's continue to round the line. I draw 2 frames. Then the image of the play icon should be formed. It turned out something like this. I want the icon to be identical to the logo, so let's place the original logo as a background. To do this, click on plus, choose Image Import from Photos, and I already downloaded the logo in advance. Okay, now we need to move it in the Layers panel below. I see that the icon is not in the center, so let's redraw the last 2 frames. Now look at the preview. Great! Let's stretch our background with the logo and go to layer 2. I choose red and continue drawing the curves of the line, but here the shape is already starting to form. I gradually increase it. And let's make one frame where the outline goes beyond the logo. Let's stretch the last 2 frames. Okay, let's watch the preview. Don't forget to turn off the background. The first scene of the appearance is ready. Let's move on to the next one. Here we will draw the division of our figures into right and left. We will transform the red shape into a timeline strip, and then all this together will disappear in the center. First, we draw a figure that will initially increase in size as a counteraction. I draw with such enlarged edges, and I will add another intermediate frame between these frames. Now let's reduce the figure. we start drawing a small upward twist. The shape already looks like a line. Now we draw a loop like this. Intermediate preview. Let's turn on the background to understand where the line should land. Okay, let's draw a few more frames. Here the line is already becoming horizontal. We draw the next frame so that the beginning coincides and the right part grows to the right. Okay, and now we need the line to collapse back to the left. First, we draw an elongated line that will be smaller in height, as if stretching it. And now we reduce it to the left by a few frames. Look at the preview. It seems to me that it turned out very slowly. Let's delete a few intermediate frames. Now we move on to the part with the icon. First, we reduce the size of the icon. Okay, we need to do this more smoothly. And then we make the icon bounce to the left, simultaneously tilting it a little. The icon also returns to its normal size. Here I draw a few frames tilted to the right and left, creating a bounce effect. Let's move the icon so that it coincides with the beginning of the red line. I move the position on the canvas a little. Look at the preview. It's time to correct the frames a little. It is important to hone the movement here so that you like everything in this animation. I add corrections to bounce somewhere, move somewhere so that the red line does not touch the icon. I also want to create a rebound effect a little more than it is now. This is very important to do at the draft stage because it will be difficult to correct later. So now we make the rest of the animation, where the icon also decreases and moves to the center. Look at the preview. Okay, our draft is ready. Let's move on to the next step. Let's click on the plus in the bottom left and create a new group. Also select our two layers and move them to this group. Rename it to draft. You can also add transparency to this group. As I did it not on the first frame, you need to move the keyframe to the beginning. So find the background layer, select it, and change the color to dark gray. Create a new layer. I don't like how the background shows through, so let's make it a little more visible. Now we move on to the drawing stage. I take a brush and start drawing the line extension in white. It is not so important to draw it perfectly even here, because later we will create splashes from it, but we still focus on the vector background. Now our task is to draw all the frames again, but I am already trying to perfectly create a contour without gaps and with even lines. First, I draw all the parts of the animation where we have an icon. So, look at the preview. I don't like the bounce again, so I correct it a little. Create a new layer and start drawing the red shape. Everything is the same here. First, draw a red line that transforms into a shape. It is important to make the outline closed here, because we will fill it with color later. Excellent. Now we move on to the fastest stage, adding color. Select the fill tool and simply click on the shape where the fill is needed. You can move around the frames using the left buttons, as I do. It turns out very convenient and fast. And now we also fill the white figure. Super, our fill is ready. And the coolest and my favorite stage is adding splashes. They enliven the entire animation and make it more enticing. We take a white brush and on the same layer we begin to adjust the line. First, we make it a little thicker. And also add a torn edge at the back. Here the outline does not have to be super perfect, you can leave it like this. On the third frame, we also thicken the line and make jagged ends. Now we add drops that fly off from the main line. Here we can focus on the base. On the following frames, we also thicken the line and then we begin to split the previous splashes into several parts. We also add new ones based on the previous base. We continue doing this until the line disappears completely, and until all the splashes disappear as well. It's great to find a balance here and not make the lines disappear too quickly or too slowly. I really want there to be more splashes, since I really love this effect. Let's see what we get in the preview. I think it looks really cool. I'll adjust the splashes a little at the very end. Okay, now we'll do the same with the red line. We'll thicken the line, make the tail ragged and add splashes, gradually reducing them to nothing. And also don't forget to break them up into several small ones. An important point is that the lines should move forward a little after they break away from the main part. I'll also adjust the shape a little to make it look like a drop. And this is the result we've got so far. I think it looks much more impressive than without splashes. What now? Let's add splashes to the rest. First, we can add a little bounce as the shape transforms before shrinking. And then let's make a line that transforms into a timeline. With splashes, I make the ends ragged, and also add flying drops from the main part. I also decided to round the beginning of the line. And when the line starts to disappear, add some splashes to accompany the movement. Let's take a look at the preview. Excellent. Well guys, today we created this YouTube logo animation together, used both vector and raster layers, made a draft, outline drawing, added splashes. I think this is a great result. You can tag me on Instagram if you make this animation based on my tutorial. Also, my channel has sponsor levels available. which will allow you to get early access to my videos and even animation sources that I draw here. I hope you found it useful or interesting. Leave your requests, comments, and impressions in the comments. I really hope for your like, as it helps me develop this channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.